Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start up on the actual piracy uh, gameplay, and I'm going to keep the test run and stuff saved, just, in case at some point we want to go back and kind of finish off that design I was making and stuff, just to test that out and everything, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to start a new game. And what we want to do is, just like the last time, we're going to do a star system. We're going to customize the settings here, and we're going to start off with the mods. So, very first thing, better spotlights. We're going to do the what was it? Sneaky. Oh wait, that was the wrong one. Yep. Sneaky sounds. We want this skybox. We want edge be gone. We want screen gunk be gone. And I think that was it for the mods that don't actually change gameplay. And then we want advanced welding, improvised engineering, build info, build vision, and binoculars. And I think it was just those 5. I don't know, I don't think I need the text HUD API, but just in case, I'll go ahead and I'll put this on, because I'm not sure if any of these mods are actually dependent on it or not. So I'll throw that in there, but because I'm wondering if maybe that's why the binoculars weren't actually working or not. It says that the dependency is scope framework, but I don't actually have anything called scope framework, and it worked fine in the other like my original solo play and everything, so I'm not sure what the deal is with that, but we're going to hit OK on that. That's going to be our settings for the mods. We want to start off in survival. Offline is fine. Character inventory size, we're going to do 10 times on the character. Everything else will be default. Asteroids and encounter, we'll keep it normal. Okay, I could do high on the encounter amount. So, because I don't have I couldn't find like any sort of mod that would make the enemy factions like more aggressive. So we might put it on high density for the encounter amount. So they're not necessarily more aggressive, but there'll be more of them, and there's a better chance that like a hostile grid will just fly within range of the base, I guess. We'll keep sound mode on arcade. World size unlimited. View distance, max that out. No cooldowns would be okay. All of that's fine. Turn the block limits off. Max backup saves. We can do 3. I guess would be fine. Auto healing will be okay. Delete spawn ship, I don't need that. You don't need spectator. Don't need any of those. We will turn the scripts on because I think there are some base game grids that rely on scripts. We don't need the spacesuit respawn. Adaptive simulation quality. I guess that would be fine. I don't really need it. Yeah, we're gonna take that off actually. Random encounters on, third person on. Air tightness, yeah, sure. We'll keep that off, I guess. Jetpack, voxel destruction, drone, spiders, subgrid damage, that's all fine. We'll turn all three of these on. Temporary containers. Yeah, everything else should be fine. So that's going to be our setup for that. I don't think that there is a option to disable like respawning as a whole, right? Like respawning without a an actual spawn thing, you know? So I guess we'll keep that. We don't want to delete the respawn ship, but that should be good. And we'll name this one here just Piracy. Will be fine. Alright, and I think that's good, so we should be able to just hit start. Or it already exists. Okay, so we'll change this to be just Piracy playthrough should be fine. Yeah, it should work, I think. Let's give it a go. Yep. Okay, and just like last time, we're going to spawn with the space pod, and then we'll switch over to creative and give it a paint job, change the top. I think I'm going to put the Gatling turret on the top instead of on the side directly in front of that ion thruster, because the turret kind of draws fire, and the last time that, well, I don't know, because if I put it on the top, then it'll go for the, like the oxygen tank might take some hits and end up getting shot off. So maybe I will put it back on the side just like last time. But we'll go ahead and we'll spawn this in. Okay, there we go. It was taking a sweet time to actually let me maneuver around. Let's start off by actually grabbing the stuff out of the seat here. And we'll go ahead and grab the station. It looks like we're going to be allies with SPMN, and all the other stations will be hostile. So we'll go ahead and we'll grab that marker and then we'll put that back. And I think we should be good to go ahead and go to creative now, so we'll hit a save on that. Save changes before quitting. And now we want to load game. I want to select this one and edit settings. We're going to change this to creative. Hit OK. and load this game up. And we'll make the changes we need to on the space pod, and we're also going to go ahead and set up the faction relations. Just that way that'll be done in creative and I won't waste any oxygen power and stuff in survival trying to get the faction relations set right. You know what? I just realized I wanted to put this on the side. So that was a steel catwalk plate that I just took off. I'm trying to remember how it was that I got to that menu before. Oh, okay, so it was the economy. Now let me double check which faction it was that we have the GPS for. SPMN, I believe it was. Oops. I already forgot, I'm so stupid. SPMN. Okay, so that's the faction we're gonna keep good relation with. We're not gonna increase, but we're gonna keep it neutral. Everything else we're gonna turn, like, to negative relations. Okay, so I think we're good as far as all that's concerned. Now, one thing that I do want to give myself from the start is a pair of binoculars, just because I wanted to see if the mod works properly. Also, it's just such a major benefit to have, just to be able to, like, try to determine what grid is going to be, like, easy to attack versus, like, something that I should just altogether avoid. Because I don't have any cameras on this at all. And also I feel like, you know, a pair of binoculars is kind of like a pirate's best friend, right? So, we're gonna, try to spawn that in if I can remember how. Okay, so I think that'll work. Everything else should be fine to leave like it is, and we can save and switch this back over to survival. Actually, one thing that I can do while I'm here is I can see if I can go ahead and find, yep, the binoculars and throw that onto my character's hotbar. So I shouldn't have a pair in my inventory, so I don't think I'll be able to use that until I grab the pair out of there when I go to survival. But now I know for sure that the binoculars should work. I think what it was just an issue where I had it either too high or too low in the loading list. Also, I'm not sure what exactly keeps sitting the GPS marker for the respawn pod, if that's, I guess, just something with this particular grid, or if there's like an actual antenna or something that can set the GPS marker. But that's one thing that I noticed, but never said anything about, is just the fact that it's not actually an antenna, that's a proper GPS marker that follows us around. So we'll go ahead and make the save on this, exit and save, and then switch this back over to survival, and we should be good to go. So let's load game, edit settings one last time, go to survival, hit OK, hit yes, and now we should never have to go into the settings again, hopefully. If we do, that means something's probably gone wrong, or maybe we're just adding a new mod for the playthrough. But anyway, hopefully it'll be the last time we visit that screen. And let's get started in the playthrough. Alright, so we got the ammo, and we got the binoculars. Let's take a look at this vulture and see what we got here. 2 Gatling guns. We're probably not going to go for that, because that's more than likely a very mobile grid. So we'll try to avoid going for that, I guess, and just start looking for Mayday signals, I suppose. I doubt we're going to get as lucky as we did in the test run, but you know, we can always hope. So let's get pointed off in this direction. I'll just shut up and look for some Maydays. and it is still so difficult for me to be able to look in the direction and actually see where it's at before it disappears. That was somewhere down here. I think I might have lost it, but it was like in this direction. Somewhere. We're just gonna start heading down here and hope I see the marker for it again. Because I'm not the greatest at seeing and remembering where those are. So. So, I'm thinking this wrecked ship that we're heading to now might actually be a pretty good first thing to go to. If I remember correctly, I think I've been to that wreck before. I don't think there were any weapons on it, but I know for a fact that there was a warhead on it, so we'll have to be kind of careful with that. But I don't think there was like any Gatling turrets. So, let's head over there and take a look. Never mind, I seen a Gatling turret, so there definitely are Gatlings on there. If it's just one at a time, we should be fine for the most part, I think. Kind of like how last time I was able to take these two turrets off, but we'll kind of go at this wreck kind of carefully here and see what we can do. And I did read all the comments up to this point that were on my previous videos, and I will try to keep in mind that I could build blocks to hide behind when trying to manually disable turrets, but that's one of those things that I'm too stupid to remember when the time comes. Like, I'll be thinking about it any other time, before and after. But during, like, the stress of trying to take out a Gatling turret, I feel like I will almost 100% forget to build stuff to block it. But, we'll just see how that goes. Hopefully I won't even need to do any manual turret disabling, but, you know, sometimes that just doesn't work out like that. And I think, I'm not 100%, but I think this might have a interior turret inside guarding the warhead, but we'll have to kind of get close and see. We're gonna take it kind of slow and steady. I'll stop at about 900 meters. I'll go ahead and turn the dampeners back on. And this way I get the chance to get a closer look at it. So there's that one turret right there. I think we can take that for sure. But if I'm not mistaken, right on the other side of that blast door there is going to be the warhead. I think I see just the tail end of a turret right there, so hopefully the door doesn't close before I can kind of shift down a little bit and get some shots in on that turret, but I think it might be based on grid damage when it closes that door. And I think the warhead itself is triggered on a sensor, so I might need to kind of grind my way in to get to it. From the bottom would probably be the best. I think it gives me like 30 seconds on that warhead when it's triggered, but I'm not 100% on that either. So we'll just have to kind of be careful here. And that was an unknown signal, so we'll grab that first before we do anything else. Hopefully I don't drift within range or the turret starts shooting at me. Trying to be a little picky about what blocks I actually grab. Okay, I think that'll be good. We'll dump all this off in the respawn pod before we... Well, I can take a look at the grid from here on this side. See what we got over here. So there's one Gatling. And I think that's going to be it. I don't think there's any other guns aside from what might be in there with the warhead. But one Gatling on either side shouldn't be too bad for us. Unfortunately, I don't have like a hacking computer or anything. I don't have that mod enabled, so I'm not going to be able to do like my normal bullshittery and just hack it. I mean, if that's something that would be understandable for a pirate to be able to do, like running hacking and stuff, that might be a mod we add in later, but for right now I think it's a little too cheaty, though the components necessary to make it is quite expensive, so it is balanced in some regards, but just being able to slap a hacking computer down to get stuff taken is a bit of a cheating method when we're surviving off scrap. So for some reason our Gatling turret isn't locking on, and we're not taking fire either. So let me see if I can put a control turret option on the hotbar here. Yeah, so it wasn't locking on because we're not actually in range of that turret just yet. That makes sense, I suppose. There we go. Now we should be taking that turret out. Whoa, holy crap. I didn't see that. Okay, something blew up. It's probably good for us. That might have been the warhead. Wonder what it's aiming at. I think that's the interior turret. So we lost a lot of stuff because the warhead went off, but I guess that'll be fine. I don't see the Gatling on here. Or not the Gatling, but the rocket launcher, so maybe that got destroyed in the explosion too. I think that's the turret. We're gonna try to take the turret out manually, I suppose. Doesn't seem to be shooting, so maybe we're good. I don't really want to risk it though. Huh. My turret got shot out. I don't think we're taking fire right now, are we? Yeah, we need motors to repair it. Which I think I got some. Let me just add to the build. Oh, I don't think I'll be able to repair it though, can I? Yeah, unknown technology. Okay. So it looks like we're on our own here. Our ship got kind of mangled in the front, but guess we'll have to fly in and see. Oh, that's bad. I was very slow to react on that, but now we know it's there, so just wait for the body to kind of drift in a little bit closer, I guess. Okay, we got our stuff back, and now that I know that's there, I can go at it from behind it. Yeah, I think everything else is safe for the most part. So I guess I can start grinding up stuff off. We'll take this air vent because it's not really connected. And, oh, actually it might have been on that battery there. But let's see, we'll hack this cargo container and get a hold of this block. Oh, it's not hacked. Let me try again. There we go. Clean that grid. I'm not seeing any warheads or anything, so I think we're good. Pretty sure the one warhead that was on here got detonated. That's probably what that explosion really was. But we'll try to claim this part of the grid here if there's anything I can hack on it. Which doesn't appear to be. So I might just need to slap a terminal down. There's this portion over here. Let's take a look at this. Doesn't seem to be anything I can hack on it either, so yeah, I'm gonna need to make a terminal. But I can get the pod a lot closer and that'll save on trips back and forth. Yeah, without a Gatling on here, it's not necessarily that there'd be no shot at getting grids like this disabled, but it's just it would take me so long to do to like get in close enough to grind that down, and then having just a basic grinder, it would just be a pain to do and suck. So it's good that I got the Gatling slapped on the pod. I'm gonna go ahead and hit up that unknown. Overshot again. Down. Yeah, I think the rest of this is just still plate and not really worth grinding down. Also, in the comments and stuff, there was one about like really good like background lore, which I kind of liked. Basically, character we're playing as would be like an ex-employee of the Factorum. Made some enemies, got kicked out, stole a Factorum ship, and got out of there. And it's basically where we would start off at. So I kind of liked that idea for the background story for our character. So I think we're gonna kind of run with that, make that like lore accurate. So it's just something interesting. Now I'm gonna scoop up all that I can. These oxygen and hydrogen bottles are gonna be lifesavers, for real. But so I need to go and grab a control panel. Which I don't think I have in progression yet. I might be blind, but I'm not actually seeing the control panel. Okay, here it is. So I need to make the assembler and a battery, and then I'll be able to grab the control panel. So that's going to be a while. Instead, I can slap down a cargo container, I think, because I do have access to build those. So I can grind off a cargo container off of here and then rebuild it over there, and that should work out fine. And this is going to be huge as far as thruster components too. So I'll be able to use those to repair the ship. Yeah, the little floating bits of armor block I don't think I really need. Or at least not need to claim it anyway. If it despawns, it despawns. If not, that's fine too. Because basic light armor plating doesn't have enough materials for it to really matter. If it was heavy armor, I'd probably slap the cargo on there and grab it, but I think everything else should be fine, so we can just start grinding down stuff like this turret here. Throw that onto the ship. I just realized I have the hydrogen bottles, but not the oxygen. There we go. That's absolutely huge, by the way, having that many bottles.
Inventory full.
I think I missed this. No, okay, never mind. Guess I did claim it. I don't remember when, but that's fine. I think it's drifting, though. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just stupid.
Energy low. Inventory full.
I'll probably need to add a second cargo container pretty soon. Speaking of, yep, I need to go ahead and add one. I can slap it right here, I guess. What is this? Stage 202 generator, so... Yeah, we can slap one down right over top of it. Yeah, this is going to be a lot better as far as being able to repair and build ion thrust ships. I'm going to try to prioritize functional blocks over everything else to begin with here. Just that way I get as much resources as I can. Everything else will be secondary. All the batteries, I think what I'll do is I'll leave those intact and grind everything from around them, and then just fly the ship in and use weld pads to attach those to mine. Or at least the batteries that are functional. Because even if I don't own them, I should still be able to should be able to siphon the power, so that should work out just fine. These doors are always a pain to cut open. There's a lot of steel plate inside this gyro.
Energy low.
Okay, so we'll dump all this off, charge up, and then head off to that unknown signal that just came in. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, I like these here. These generally have like oars and stuff on them, so that's gonna be pretty good. And a rainbow helmet. Nice. Yeah, we got cobalt. Perfect. Alright, I think everything else we can just leave floating endlessly in space. So we'll head back and, actually, I'm thinking what I might do. I might go ahead and, just do a manual save here, back out to the menu and stop recording, just to make this a shorter episode. And then right after immediately hop back in and start recording episode 2. And try to break it up a little bit more than some of my regular videos, because I have a tendency of, you know, going on for like 2 to 3 hours at a time, which isn't necessarily the greatest as far as like getting people to continue to watch the video all the way through, you know. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and save. Now we'll go out to the main menu, and I'll go ahead and end recording and get episode 1 uploading, and then right after I'll go ahead and start recording on episode 2. So yeah, that's a 1 hour recording, so that's not too bad for episode 1. We got some scrap, we got a decent amount of parts, we have plenty of hydrogen, not hydrogen, but thruster components, so we can do large ion thrusters, no problem. We can start building some of those blocks to work through progression and try to get that Gatling turret repaired. But for now, I'll go ahead and stop recording, get this episode uploading, and I'll see you guys in the next video.